celebration!
52 months. Rebel Z's Pog.
Belzy's Pog indeed. Hey Glitz, hey Daedric Prince, hey Titan. I'm just gonna go
Congratulations!
Congratulations. Hey y'all, good to see you again. It is Saturday. A little past 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. here. My usual apologies. Not been actively streaming. I've been working on Skyblivion so much these last few weeks, and I can't find the time.
I'm so happy I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them.
Love the content. Thank you for your hard work on this project.
My pleasure. I'll speed run you through some of the work I've done. You should be familiar with the farm. I've done some final polishing on the area. Glitz, Nexa, Hitori, thank you all very much for the 12, 51, and 52 months. I've just been super busy. I've been really trying to hammer out as much Skyblivion content as possible because, you know, the release is imminent, and there's just stuff I would love to have included before that point of no return. So yeah, it's simply easier to do it off stream. Streaming takes time, and while I enjoy doing it, in a very weird way, it's a bit of a unproductive use of my time. This is the area that I'll be QAing, or oh my god. Game development. This is the area I'll be working on now, or moving forward. This is one of the oldest areas in the game, and it needs work because the floor doesn't match the type of biome it's in, and because it's so old, there's some design philosophies that just don't fit anymore. Like you literally can't see in front of you, which is nice for a forest, but it kills exploration, which is like a big part of our game. And also the weather there is broken, but that's something I can fix. These goblins, like, it's a known issue. I thought this was fixed. I guess not. It is nightmare fuel. I apologize. Don't worry about it. Let's get rid of the broken weather. Right.
Oh, lovely!
So, nice. Game also looks cool.
Thanks, man. What I've been working on is just finalizing the entire area. That includes the area around Chedenhall. This is one of those areas. Right here, it's the area around the city. The landscaping painting is because someone else on the team is doing like a final polishing pass. But yeah, this is what I made for the exterior of the city. Pretty happy with it. I also made, like, this is part of the Dark Brotherhood. This is gonna be the second hideout. I'm pretty happy with this. This needs to be set up correctly for when you get Shadowmere, but it's a really, yeah, interesting looking area now. Finished the fort, which had the majority of its work done by Macho. I just made it look fitting and fix some issues with it. City of Chedenhall as well, interesting one. Like, set up some shops and some commerce to make the city feel a bit more alive. City itself was finished by heavy burns. Sorry, I'm just gonna like speed run through some of the high-end updates. City itself was done by Heavy Burns, who is a very active contributor to the project. He's been doing a lot of our cities, and yeah, this is one of them. He did a fantastic job. And I was working on the city before, but I think a personal strength maybe is knowing where my weaknesses are, and doing cities is just not a strength of mine. Luckily, it is one of Heavy Burns's, so he's done a great job.
Skyblivion.
Hey, Fluffy. Thanks for the
Skyblivion.
44. Thanks for using the Prime.
Skyblivion. Skyblivion.
Good to see you. Been a while. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it's been a while.
Skyblivion.
The only thing that remains from my work that I did. Oh my god.
Skyblivion.
The only thing that remains is actually the islands we're on now. This is something I made. It's still there. The only thing I was happy with that I did. Well, I guess I did the stone walls as well, but yeah. Oh, everything else was Mr. Heavy Burns. And yeah, as I said, super happy with it. It's one of the nicest cities we have, probably. It's a very wealthy city, Cheydinhall, so it's got a lot of space, a lot of green, and it just looks cozy as hell, high fantasy. It's got the new buildings done as well, very recently, like the last months. So it's one of those prime examples of just everything coming together very nicely at like this last leg of development. Everyone's coming together and just making it the best it can be, and I am super stoked about it for one. Also the castle area I like. It's got a huge courtyard, and the castle, like this is, it might be one of my favorite castles in the game. It's very classic medieval, I think German inspired. Real good stuff. And I like, that's the one thing that did remain from my initial work on the area here, is that it's kind of like a Mott and Bailey design, where it's on a hill, it's got a castle, like an inner castle or inner wall, and then kind of got expanded from there.
Time for a celebration!
Last map on the area hype. Rebel Z's fan.
Very hype, hey Danish. Good to see you again. So yeah, that's been happening. I'm gonna be QAing all the interior locations. I might do some of that on stream. I'm not sure how interesting it's gonna be. But yeah, to just kind of continue the super quick. I'm not sure if that's interesting. I did the area above there as well, but it's kind of, it's whatever. I can show you maybe a bandit camp real quick. Sorry, I'm going all Sonic mode, but I just wanted to do a quick highlight of what I've done, so you know why I've not been streaming. You're familiar with this house. I've touched it up. Also, I'm just gonna quickly run over the mountain here to get to the other side. Areas like this, wrapped up. There's a bandit camp here somewhere. There it is. Which has a fantastic view of the city. Look at that. Very pretty. Just a bit of a shame that those guys are ruining the ambiance. Continuing on. Yeah, oh shit. I don't think I did this. I don't think I did this on stream. I meant to do this on stream, but it was one of those projects, it just needed to get out of the way, and I just did it on my own when I had the time. It's a new farm outside the city. It's the last big farm I wanted to make. Pretty happy with it. It's getting an interior, so it really doesn't have to go all the way. Calm down. I really like farms around the major cities, and just a nice little touch. This one you've already seen me work on. Again, it just got brushed up a little bit. More farms, more nature. This is kind of where we go into like the upper Nibbin. I did like another detailing pass on the area, mainly like around trees like this. I just added some more leaves. Jero has been QAing it, which has been a nice touch up as well. This area is shaped up nicely. It's kind of crazy. We've sort of done a speed run, not just right now during the stream, but in terms of development, like the amount of work done on this part of the map compared to like the project's whole life cycle. It's kind of crazy. But that's maybe the good thing about the point we are at now, is that we're good at what we do, so we can do it relatively quickly. Yeah. Happy though with the way the Nibbin shaped up. A big thing I worked on that I meant to stream And I think this is a flaw of mine where I try and save things for a stream
Time for a
because I think it's
celebration.
interesting. The
Amazing
only problem
work.
is...
Hope you're well, Rebelzy's heart.
Athena, thank you very much. Oh. The only problem with waiting, or like putting stuff aside, is that if I don't have time, it just gets put off until the last moment, and then I end up doing it off stream anyway. This is one of those. It's Cropsford. It's a quest location. Looks like a complete mess. That's because it needs to be set up correctly by the quest. It's a city with 4 stages. The first stage, you will find it, and I'll try and replicate it a little bit. If I can. I can't disable the house for some reason. Okay, well, just imagine the houses are not here, the farmland is not here, the shed is not here. When you come across it for the first time, it'll have like the cart turned over, there's like a bunch of stuff burning, and goblins have just attacked the settlement. Then there's a building stage where you can see it inside the building now, where you have like the building pillars of what is going to be a house. Then there's the stage where the first houses have been completed, a stage where they start building like farmland and stuff, and there's like a final stage where everything looks nice and beautiful. You can see like over time these trees get cut down as well. Those are the stages I made, but again it needs to be set up by the quest developer, which currently hasn't been done yet. So it just looks like everything is together in the scene at the same time. Hope I'm explaining it right. Also made a camp. These are the actual people from the quest line. Let's see. I think it's this guy.
Make it quick.
No?
Go bother someone else.
Go
Go
lady?
on.
No? This
I'm
one?
waiting.
None of them?
Stop.
Talking.
Okay, I guess that's just because the quest is not properly implemented yet. They're there. That's all that matters.
Huh?
Right. This whole area, we did... there's things falling out of the sky because of the broken nav mesh right now. Something I did recently, I did like all the forests up here, which were not done the last time you guys watched the stream. The fort up in the mountains, if I can get over it, is done as well. Pretty happy with it. Turned out quite nice. Very nice little fort in the mountains. I borrowed some parts of it from other forts we already made. Yeah, let's pass. Sorry, I'll get to questions later. I just wanted to, again, just give you an overview of what I've done. Yeah, huge chunks of the map finished, finalized. This one I actually did do on stream, so other than that, I just touched it up, made it look a bit nicer as I was figuring out the style for the area at that time. There's one small area that's still undone here. It's the lake. I'm gonna put a memorial here for someone who lost their brother. I just have to find time for it. It's gonna be a big tree with a grave and a little note for you to find. We worked on this on stream though, so this is nothing new. It's just been finalized. There's the water temple here for Fort Felicia. Imperial Bridge Inn. I did work on that entire part of the map off stream. Yeah, that brother was a really big Oblivion fan. I think they were also familiar with the project. I'm not 100% sure on that anymore. It's been a while since I talked to that person. But I offered, they didn't ask for their brother to be put into the game. I offered them, and they happily accepted. Oh yeah, the Alien Ruin here. It's a major city. I'm not sure how to best show this, but I'm pretty happy with like the little underwater part. I think it came out looking pretty nice. The majority of the exterior was done by someone else. I just optimized it put it back into the landscape after I had completely reshaped it. This is the road to Blackwood. Made like a little abandoned settlement. Yeah, not a whole lot of mega interesting stuff. Like this part of the map in general, there's not a lot going on. There's one quest that goes on here for the Forlorn Watchman, and it includes following a treasure map and finding, well, a treasure. I made this fort here. Just ignore the missing textures. The whole forest here I've done. I don't know, is this even interesting to just like run through some of the work I did? I don't know, I figured it might be a good way to open the stream up and...
Time for a celebration!
Hey Grizz.
Good afternoon, everyone.
There's Pyramid Shrine that I polished up a bit. This was also this is an area you've seen me work on the left side of this. I was keeping the right side of the rapids to do on stream to kind of like show you how I landscape in phases. Like I did the block out, but it was one of those little side projects I thought of, and then I just couldn't find the time to do it on stream. So I just did it. Turned out pretty nice though. I really like the area here. Looks very cool. Overall, I'm pretty stoked with this part of the map. Like I didn't, it had to be done, and I had to do it in a limited amount of time. Didn't know what to do with it exactly at first, but it came out a lot nicer than I thought it would, and it's been cool to do some of it at least on stream. Which kind of brings me to the last point. The last part, which is up here in the mountain, like beyond the fort. I hope this is something I can finish today. Jesus Christ. This is it. All this we have to do, and then the area is officially done. So it's not a lot. I did the majority of the blocking out, so it's mostly just going to be me putting down ferns, trees, and the like, and then we'll have a party to celebrate the completion. Hopefully today. That'll be a good start of my weekend to finish this off. Yeah, hope you enjoyed my presentation. Let me see if I can get a good spot where the game doesn't include. Actually, I can just use TCL. Maybe to give you a slightly better indication of... Oh, I think we just fell down. Of what we did. I'm not sure if you can... No, you can't even see it. It's too far away. But all the way in the back there is Cheydinhal. And in the last 3 months, we worked our way down from Cheydinhal all around this part of the map. I tried to do it in phases. This was phase 1. Phase 2 was this whole area with the large forests. Phase 3 was mainly the pine forests all the way up there in the distance. And the last phase I did was phase 4. That I did this whole thing off stream just because I don't know, I couldn't find the time to do it properly. Missed the start of the stream. You can watch it back on YouTube. It'll be on the YouTube channel. !YouTube. You can even watch it back now, actually. Yeah, phase 4 was this chunk. It doesn't look like a lot. It wasn't the biggest, to be honest. It was a bit tricky though, because it's kind of like it's an in-between area, and I tried to take elements of Blackwood and elements of the forest we'd made and just kind of like combine them and slowly phase into the more darker Blackwood aesthetic, which I think worked out okay. But yeah, it's exciting because this whole area was mainly just Oblivion landscape, at least the height map, and the people that worked on it in like the last couple of years didn't change that. And because it's kind of a boring area, I also never really looked into it too much about how it could be redone or fixed before release. So I'm glad we were able to make it. This is just happening because it's LOD. You're not supposed to see this because I'm using the free cam. But yeah, also partially with your help. So thank you. Was fun doing that. And yeah, let's bring her home. Let's wrap it up. Pulse and lighting look amazing, thank you. Oh, am I on the wrong screen? I was. Hope you guys have a good weekend so far.
Look at
By
you.
the way.
No concept of what you've stumbled into. No sense of place. You don't even really know where you are, do you?
Rebelsies cheese, rebelsies cheese, rebelsies cheese.
Green cheese, thanks for the cheese. Let's get some cheese in the chat for the cheese man. Thanks for the half year subbing. Echoes, thank you again as well. And Lovelon, thanks for the follow. Right on. As I was saying, this is the last part we have to do. Not the most challenging or exciting part of the map, but I think that's a good thing. Makes it a bit easier, less pressure, you know. It's been a very interesting few months because obviously like we're talking a lot more
Who's laughing
internally in like the Skyblivion team in terms of what do we need to release, like what are our short-term, long-term goals, etc. And it's been nice in a way to have everyone be on the same team. I mean, we've always been on the same team, but a lot of us have been kind of working together but apart, if that makes sense. Like you're working together, but you also you kind of, everyone works on their own thing, and there's not always a huge amount of overlap. And now we've really changed that. I feel like the team is honed in. Everyone's sharp. Everyone's willing to do what it takes, and that's it's a nice mindset. Nice mentality to be a part of. And also, I was not expecting this, but I've gotten some fantastic advice from friends in the gaming industry, or colleagues even at my own company, about shipping games. And I have a bit of experience, luckily, with shipping games nowadays, but doing an open world RPG is definitely different from some of the games I've worked on. Especially since some of them, were more like online MMOs or shooters. So it was very surprising to get a lot of help from some pretty significant people at CD Projekt Red, even, who took the time to collect some learnings and advice from shipping games like The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, which is incredibly useful and very much appreciated. Like, it's something they didn't have to do. They took time out of their own day to help with that, so that's been very cool. It always surprises me, and it'll keep on surprising me, how many people are are following this project. People that, in some cases, you know, we ourselves look up to, because we very much enjoy the games that they worked on. It's a very very humbling experience. Even at Bethesda, I've talked to multiple people at Bethesda who just say every time we release a new video, like a lot of their colleagues like watch the developer diaries or talk about them internally, which is yeah, that's cool. Locked in, yeah, exactly, locked in.
Lovely!
Rebelsies, sub-rebelsies, cheese,
Hey, Tom.
rebelsies, hype.
Thanks for wasting your prime on Todd Howard emotes, man. Can we get a shout out to Tom as well? He's the lead nav mesher. Definitely check out his Twitch channel. He streams doing nav mesh work on the game. Very useful if you're interested in actually helping out with the project. Nav meshing is probably one of the more accessible departments we have. So people often ask, you know, I don't have the skills, but I'm willing to learn. Well, nav meshing is one of the things that is pretty doable to learn this late in development, and still be able to help out quite a bit.
Hello there.
Jin, thanks for subscribing on the YouTube channel. Okay, I think we're good with the river. I was worried I followed right as the landscaping streams were finished. Very close to being finished, but not yet. Soon, TM. After I'm finished with this area, I'm gonna be doing a polishing pass on a different pine forest that's connected to this one. Main objectives for that one is to fix some of the flaws in the way it was designed, because it's very hard to explore. It's too steep. Sometimes the player gets stuck just because it's so steep. Which obviously is not something you want to happen. You want people to be able to explore the game properly. HCP, thank you for the kind words. How does it feel to literally move mountains? Bit exhausting, to be honest. Oh, also FaZe, I did see your question. I forgot to respond, but have I played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Unfortunately not. I generally I don't feel like I have a lot of time to play games these days. I'd like to sometimes, but there's this like this permanent noise in the back of my head screaming that you know, with the Skyblivion release date, we have too much to do, and playing games distracts from getting, you know, work done. So like one of my goals is post release, like when Skyblivion is out, I'm gonna work through my backlog. That's one of the goals I've set for myself. But until then, yeah, I'm gonna try and focus on finishing something I started a long time ago.
Greetings!
Isaac, thank you for the follow. We also seem to have a mine here, so let me quickly see what that's looking like. You have a 3-day weekend, that's nice. Yeah, Isaac, alles goed. How about you? You have a Twitch? Would love to give you my Prime sub. That's kind of you. I do. It's Rebel's Eyes on Twitch as well. Are you planning to eventually do something with the repeating textures on the grass? Such thing even possible? I mean, any game that uses a ground texture will have repeating textures. It's hard not to have that. It can be lessened to a degree by having proper tiling, but it's almost never zero. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and steal this. Structure formation. On that, it looks pretty empty, no rails. That's a good thing, because rails are a pain in the ass. How are you finding the performance of the game? FPS and stability? It's very stable. I don't think I've crashed recently. Performance is good, solid. No complaints there. Looks unsafe. Also, I noticed they had a mine door. Means I have to replace. So on the inside of the dungeon, there's an actual door. I used this big sphere, which is like an autoload door. So I'll just quickly replace that with an actual door like this one. What's that? I also remember because I love being lazy. I did a mine close by. Must be this way. Yeah, it is this way. 37 and 4. Hey, Win. Gonna see if I had any clever ideas in terms of cluttering the mine I did close by. There it is. What's this program called? It's called the Creation Kit. It's the official modding tool for Skyrim. So for instance, no shame in stealing the little hut I made. Just do all these little things I put down and then copy pasted the other one. Not liking the stream, I'm loving it. Wow. Good save reminder. Oh, please tell me. Didn't copy the assets over. That's a fucking pain in the ass. I have to go back. So far, this is not really saving me any time at all. Ansville, yeah, doing well. Hope you're good yourself. Just got on the stream and Chain Hall looks amazing. Thanks, man. Wish I could claim credits, but I can't. Although, as a project lead, everything belongs to you, doesn't it? Okay, that's fine. This will do. Is Hack Dirt complete? Yes, it's complete. It's been complete for a while. Any of you played Avowed, the new RPG from Obsidian? I've kind of heard mixed things about it so far. What's the place meant to be? An old mine? Yeah, it's I think it's literally called Abandoned Mine, something like that. Bit boring. Heard it's woke. I do feel like if you have a problem with woke, like as far as I can see, woke just means giving people options and choices, right? If you hate choices, or if you hate people being who they are or who they want to be, then you're not gonna like open world RPGs where it's literally about giving the player the choice to be who they want to be. Dumbest take I've heard so far. Every role-playing game is woke because you can literally role-play, that's the whole point. I feel like you can be against whatever you think woke means, and also love Skyrim, for instance, you know? Feels like a weird take to be here and then talk about that stuff. Does the Heartland still need a polishing pass? Yes, it does. Completely disagree. Sad to hear that. I don't give a fuck. If you have a problem against choices in video games, don't make the choice, I guess. Like in Skyrim, you can marry a dude if you're a dude. If you have a problem with being gay, don't marry a guy. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you don't like being gay in a game, then don't choose to be gay. I don't understand what's so hard about that. When you walk up to an NPC, they're a guy, and there's an option to flirt with them, don't flirt with them. Or maybe secretly you want to flirt with them a little bit. Maybe it's a part of you coming out that's been hidden very deep. Who's to say? Cyberpunk had a nice trick when we were tricked to a mill stripper. Was that in see, Cyberpunk is one of those games, I played it when it first came out, and it didn't really hook me. I had so many performance issues, I dropped it pretty quickly. But I do remember at some point I had to go to a strip club and get information from someone, and I think I may have accidentally gotten like the mill stripper. There was like an option, you had to choose between which stripper. Yeah, I know, I remember now. for that quest, you go into a strip club, and they present to you like a couple of strippers with... They all had weird names, I think. And I wasn't really paying attention to the names. And then at the end of like when they do the little, you know, like which one do you want? I didn't remember. I didn't really pay attention to what the names were. And I think out of like the 3 choices I could have made, I did choose the guy. It's just funny. But same thing applies. Maybe, you know, like part of me wanted to get a guy to strip in front of me. Maybe it's like a subconscious choice I made deliberately. Choosing between Angel and Sky. Yeah, how am I supposed to make out from those names who is who? Neither of those are very male or female. Like those can be anything. Yeah, Angel and Sky, which one do you choose? 0 context. Try and remember from the game which one is which. Good luck. From Denmark? Well, welcome to the chat, man. Oh, I didn't see the messages that got deleted. Oh wait, I can see them. Whoa, bye. Yeah, I don't know. If my opinions upset you, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that extreme in my beliefs. I think I'm pretty level-headed with that. I guess it's also culture wherever you're from, but at least where I'm from and in my social circles, you kind of just accept people for who they are. People can be and do what they want. It's their life. We only have one at the end of the day.
Lovely!
Honestly, I think the best advice anyone can ever give you is to stop being so concerned with what other people are doing with their life and focus on what you want to do with yours to make you happy, right? And if belittling other people makes you happy, then that's a bit unhealthy. Live and let live. Watch some cute cat videos or dogs doing dog things, like, I don't know. You know those videos where the dog knows their grandparents, I guess grandparents are not the right words, but like the mom and dad of the owners, like they know they're about to visit before they're there because it's about that time. My grandma had a dog, and whenever her parents were coming, the dog would be sitting in front of the house like half an hour beforehand, because they always got on the same train, which always arrived at the same time every weekend. And at some point the dog noticed the pattern and like 10 minutes, 30 minutes before they'd arrive. Like the dog would go sit outside in the front yard to just yeah, wait for his favorite people to show up. How cool is that?
Greetings!
I feel like if we all became a bit more dog-like, you know? Unconditional love. No judgment. Wouldn't that be nice? Dogs don't care if you're straight or if you're gay or if you like football or soccer or if you hate tennis. All they care about is being able to hang out with you. When was the last time you played through Oblivion? Oh man. I think like an actual playthrough? A decade ago. So I'm just going back and forth over the area here to make sure the blockout is good, and then if it's solid, we can just
excellent as always, Reb. Love you guys.
We can start planting some trees. Zon, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think this is pretty workable. Alright, so that's phase 1. Or stage 1, I'm not sure what to call it. We did the block out, so I'll get some of the landscape painting on here. Once the landscape painting is there, we can put down some plants and stuff. There's one kind of major detail I have to work into this though. Like I made a landslide break through the wall here. So that needs to come from up here somewhere. So we need a few more boulders along the way. My dog knows when either my dad's texted me or texted my dad to have him take a little run. Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Sam.
Hello there.
Oh, you said hello from Washington State. That's cool. I'm gonna be in Washington in 2 months, 3 months. Oh. Oh no. How is flora and fauna populated in a game for potion stuff? By hand, and it's painful. You think it'll be finished by May? I'm not gonna make any predictions until we have a finished build uploaded, and all I have to do is press go live. Oh yeah, forgot about the helmet. Just gonna wear it like this, just so I can still see. How's the audio of the stream, by the way? Because I had to update NVIDIA broadcast, and I've lost the ability to set noise suppression to certain levels. So I'm not sure if it's cutting me out too much. If you're getting a lot of clickety-clacketing of my keyboard in the background. If it sounds echoey. Audio is good. Okay, that's nice to hear. You need a half helm. You need a half helm version for these occasions. Yeah, you might be onto something.
Greetings!
Very uncomfortable. I think I'm gonna
Cheese!
remove the option to redeem this rewards. It's getting too annoying. Ethereal Ken, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs, my friend. You're going to mod out diversity. How is that gonna work? You're gonna mod out women? Gonna mod out the red guards. Don't want those guys in there. What does that mean? Come on, get us the deets. Genuinely curious. Hey, morning. Where'd you get the helm? I think I bought it online from like a Polish website. Just one texture and one geometry. We'll just replace every NPC with a guy named Thad. A blonde Nord. I mean, yeah, I mean, fair point. Imagine caring about how someone else wants a game. That's true. That's fair. It's one of the things I do like about modding is people can make it whatever they want it to be. So no, I 100% agree with you on that. It doesn't hurt me at all. So that is very true. I have the same thing with, oh man, the sex mod scene for Skyrim is crazy talented. Like, those guys have made insane breakthroughs. It's not something I've done myself or that I'm particularly interested in, but same idea, like, people's personal choice, I guess.
Raised underscore hand, rebels east hot big, raised underscore back underscore of underscore hand, absolute cinema.
All things aside, Lovers Lab modders are incredibly talented. Yeah. Yep. This looks fine. Just gonna dot some rock piles around. Do one more landscape painting pass. And then we are good to put down trees. Hey, zombie cow. Sorry, crow. You sound knowledgeable? No. I wouldn't say I'm knowledgeable. I'm okay. I'd like to think I'm fairly open-minded about stuff, but knowledgeable, not so much. Even when it comes to modding Skyrim, there's some things I'm decent at just through experience, and other things, like I just saw someone mentioning scripting. I've never touched scripting in my life. Something that simply doesn't interest me, and more importantly, like we have other people that do all the scripting stuff on our team, so in a weird way, learning that is a bit of a waste of my time because people can already do that, and there's not a whole lot of people who can do, for instance, landscaping either this well or this fast. So it just makes more sense to focus on what I do know than learning things I don't know. Just because it's interesting, or because I want to. We'll see, maybe after Skyblivion is done and I still feel like modding sometimes, I'll take a shot, take a crack at it. I would like to learn more areas of modding, but yeah, time is a son of a bitch. Can never seem to get enough time on our hands. You think if you opened a bar called the Inn of Ill Omen and you had an Elder Scrolls menu, Bethesda would sue? I don't think so. I feel like there's a couple of bars in the United States already which are like Fallout themed, and they've been running for years, so I really doubt Bethesda will do anything about it. Bethesda, they get a bad rap nowadays for whatever reason. People don't like their recent game, I get that, but some of the hate the company is getting is just a bit crazy. They're super chill, man. Like they have every right to cancel this project, for instance. And they've done the exact opposite. They've been in touch. They've supported us however they can so far. Invited at least me to some events that they were hosting in the past. Like, didn't have to do that. I'm a bit of a nobody. But they think of that stuff, you know? They organize community events as well, pretty frequently. Not a whole lot of companies do that. Alright, I think it's time to put down some ferns. Morning Rebel, notice Morrowind is on sale. Only played Skyrim and a bit of Oblivion. Should I pick it up? Man, Morrowind is a pretty old school, kind of hardcore role-playing game. If you like that, if that's something that tickles your fancy, yes, for sure, pick it up. If you're not sure about playing something that's a bit dated, then maybe pass on it. It can be a bit difficult to get into a game like that when you've only played the more modern titles. What are you most excited about in the new Elder Scrolls game? Pronouns. It'll piss off people. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm not gonna make fun of the whole woke thing anymore. You know my opinion. I don't care about it. It's just a bit entertaining sometimes to see people lose their minds over it.
Oh, lovely!
I know, I'm poking the bear. What am I generally excited about, though? I think it'll kind of speak for itself, but having a new region is sick. Like exploring a new part of Tamriel. That's always one of the highlights for me. I really hope we get a super strong main quest line, and I hope they bring back guilds, like proper guilds. You know, I want to go back to the Fighters Guild. Can't take this project seriously anymore and watching people model the ground for 7 years. Alright, that's cool. You can just leave. That's fine. Nothing is keeping you here. That's cool with me. Sounds like I'm gonna scoop it up. Alright, we'll have fun. It's a good game all around, and a nice introduction to the world before hopefully Skywind comes out sometime in the future as well. Enjoy. Must admit I missed a comment. I mean, I wouldn't moderate comments like that. People can have their own opinions. I don't have to agree with opinions to allow them to be said. I think part of the modern problem we're running into is that people don't listen to each other anymore. You just disagree with someone and then kill the discussion there and then. I don't mind talking about these things. Might get annoying after a while. Like these conversations have never been part of my streams up until, I don't know, like 2 years ago. Mostly like the last 3 months, to be fair. But yeah, I like the last thing I think you want to do is yeah, just take away the ability for people to bring stuff up, because that just breeds more frustration, I think. Just don't have the energy talking to a brick wall about basic human dignity. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that, and I sometimes get tired of the conversation as well. But, I don't know. For better or for worse, you know, I can maybe change someone's mind or show them a different perspective, I don't know. Zombie Crow, thanks for the follow. And Shanita, thank you for the prime. Very much appreciate it. Talas Guide You, thank you very much. What's the most challenging thing the team has experienced in the whole project? I think one of the most challenging things with any project like this, it's a nice tie-in to what some of the people have been bringing up today quite a bit. Actually is cultural diversity, because a project like this is made by people from all over the world. We have people on the team working on this project together, while technically the respective countries that they are from are at war. We have people that have a certain religious background who work together with people who are either from the exact opposite spectrum of whatever religion they're from, or not religious at all, or even as far as an atheist, you know? And it's sometimes difficult for people to, you know, work together in that way, but I think it's a fantastic social experiment that has worked out really well. I think instead of trying to look too much into the things that made people different on the team, we focused more on the things that make us the same, and everyone on the team is a huge Elder Scrolls fan. And they're very into like modding these games, and it's when you make friends, you know, usually you make friends because of things you have in common. You know, you like a certain video game, or you like a specific kind of music, you name it. And for us, you know, something that that brings us all together is a pretty well-defined love for the Elder Scrolls, or for modding. There's too many things that makes us, or like there's too many things that we have in common to get hung up on the things that set us apart, if that makes sense. And it's, you know, it's not like it's always been smooth sailing. You know, every once in a while something comes up, and it's yeah, a bit painful to have to deal with just people not getting along, because it's kind of like a clash between different cultural views. But yeah, for the most part, it's worked out quite well, and it's been very cool having people from so many places come together. Elder Scrolls brings people together 100%. I think that's one of the cool things with Elder Scrolls games, and games like it. It's that it's very rare for a medium of its kind to give you the kind of freedom that these games do. Like you can live out your dreams in these games. You know, you can be someone that maybe in your own life you're not able to be for whatever reason, but you can kind of escape almost into like a fictional world where you can do the things you normally, you know, can do, or you have to maybe even hide For me, honestly, my life is just boring as hell. I like playing these video games because it makes me feel like I can be, you know, some kind of hero that has like an actual impact on the world around him. Like that's one of the things I really enjoy about playing games like that. I think especially as a kid, you know, when you're younger, you wanna be someone that does. Maybe it's not that common, but you know, you watch superhero movies and you're like, I kind of want to be like that. I want to do things that make people's lives better, or I want to be a fireman and put out fires, or I want to be a cop and arrest bad guys, stuff like that. And in a weird way, like when I'm playing these open world fantasy games, like I kind of go back to a slightly younger version of myself, where you're able to live out some of these fantasies, you know. Sometimes the exact opposite as well. I find it very difficult, but once I get into it, I've really enjoyed doing some evil playthroughs where you're like a really selfish jerk, and you like screw over your associates or your friends to get ahead or whatever. It's fun to roleplay like that. But I have to admit, like, bad guys, I'm really terrible. I can't even count the amount of Skyrim playthroughs where I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna be like an orc and I'm gonna kill everyone. And every quest I get, I'm gonna make like the worst choice possible because I don't care about anyone. And then I become like the nicest orc in the universe, adopting like every child that has lost their parent in the war, and I feel like a orc nanny instead of the orc warrior that kills for glory. Can't do evil playthroughs, I start to feel bad instantly. Yeah, see, that's my main issue too. But sometimes I'm able to power through it. Like I've done, I think out of like the 3 attempts, like one of my orcs actually ended up being exactly what I wanted him to be, just like a ruthless killing machine who was all about like honor. There's honor in fighting. There's honor in dying, as long as you fight a worthy opponent, stuff like that. It can be fun as well to give yourself like certain parameters of a challenge. Like for instance, with the orc guy, I made it a challenge. Like anytime I saw an enemy that's a higher level than me, like a dragon or a giant, I would tell myself like, orcs don't back down. You go in like head first, don't think. Attack the dragon, attack the giant. There's no turning back. And that was kind of fun. In a few cases I won, but mostly you'd have to just go back to an older save and start back where you left off. But it's fun, you know. It's a nice way to change it up every once in a while. Alright, see, slowly we're getting an actual landscape together. You see that? We went from it being empty to having put on some grass, we put on some ferns and some shrubs. And then we put down some of the trees, and then we're kind of done with this chunk. We'll move on to the next. Oh, nope, I'm doing this the wrong way around. I always try to do the small ones first, because once you put in the big trees, it's very hard to see through the thickets. Hope it works with GOG versions. Yeah, it should work just fine. We'll try to work with GOG to make sure that that's no problem. This will probably have more hardware requirements than Skyrim. Yeah, it'll be harder to run than than Skyrim for sure. For sure. Yes, I know it does go. Alright, we've put down the small trees. There's one other small tree pass. I always do it in passes. First I do the ferns, then I do the pine shrubs, then I do these trees, and then I end off with these small ones. And then once I've done those, I go for one last pass with the big trees, and then the area is done. Has a nice flow to it. It's the last one. Actually, not the last one. I also need to put down some of the tree branches that I always use in these forests.
Hello there.
Diamonds, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. My computer is constantly warning me that my GPU usage is too high, so that's a bit concerning. Having said that, let's blow up my GPU and check this out in game. Oh no, wait, that thing I mentioned, branches. It's a small thing, but in the areas where there's a lot of trees, I like to have some of these smaller branches, especially when it's like on the road. It breaks up the slightly monotonous landscape sometimes. Also, the fact that we're doing this by hand is as much as I enjoy doing it, it's a bit of a waste of time. On modern engines, you'd find a way to automate this. It's definitely part of the charm, I would say, with Skyblivion. Like everything you will find in game, it's made by hand. It's not procedurally generated. But having worked in the industry, I know we talk badly about AI, I don't think AI is all bad though, especially stuff like this. Again, I enjoy working on it. However, if I could landscape a small portion of this area and then input that data essentially into a machine and tell him to create a brush, just like we paint on the landscape texture, but instead of that, do like a whole package, or just basically generate based on specific parameters. That would mean that I could spend more time doing actual, you know, important areas and not just a random forest, which I need to make. I need to make the forests look like they're not, you know, machine made. Does that make sense? If every forest looks the exact same, or if it looks too much like all the trees are going in the same direction or whatever, like it's kind of like obviously fake. So I need to make it random enough for you to believe that it's a forest. I think that makes sense. I'm making all the sense right now. Okay. Well, let's see how an hour has treated us. An hour of work, let's go. 38 and 3.
Time for a celebration!
Bella Lumen, thank you for the sub.
Time for a celebration!
Love you, man.
Time for a celebration!
A full year of subbing. It has been a real treat to follow the making of Skyblivion, 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 Skyblivion.
Gotcha. Thanks. So we times 38, 3. Alright, so this we already finished. And you know what I just realized? I don't have the goddamn plugin enabled. Let me try that again. Can you release it today? Even if I wanted to, I would not be able to. It takes a bit more than just pressing one button. Love the loading screens art. It's inspired. Oh, the loading screen art is so cool. We initially were gonna do these loading screens the way you see them, but the art was gonna be two-dimensional. If you've not seen this yet, you can move the loading screen around. It's like one of those old... Maybe this makes me sound old, but as a kid you had boxes you could look into, and there's different layers of cutouts. So like depending on where you looked, the background moved with it. And we used exactly that to make our load screens. It's like an old school looking box. Tamriel 38.3. So you can see that there's different layers in the image that you can move around. With this one it's a bit hard to tell because there's not a whole lot going on. But it's two-dimensional but three-dimensional. As much as I like the foggy weather, I need something very clear so you can just see. It's getting embarrassing now. whatever, good enough. Alright, welcome to the jungle. So that we still have to do. We did this chunk. FW, yeah, we're using custom weathers though, not Skyrim weathers, so that command would not work. Okay, one small issue I see right now is that at least in this corner it's very empty and open. Like if I just chuck a few more trees in there, it'll look better, I think. Maybe here I could add some extra trees as well. Oh, yeah, sorry, I am slacking on the Dutch lessons. What was the... Who redeemed it and what was the request? Ooh, this needs to be smoothed out as well. Alright. Other than that, looks fine. Looks like a forest. That leaves us this area to do, and then we're done. Very close now. How much percent of the game would you say you populated with your own new things and ideas like quests, areas, etc.? That's a very hard question to answer, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how to quantify that. I mean, as you can see here, like the map, it's made by hand, so everything had to be done by a person. Everything had to be, you know, created. So by that definition, like 100% is made custom, and areas that have a quest attached to it, like we try our best to make them a bit more distinct. Like if there's a specific character that lives somewhere, we try to add a bit of personality to his living quarters. You know, if he's a gangster, he might have like some drugs or weapons stashed away. If he is a painter, he might, you know, have some work in progress paintings and a nice glass of red wine in his living area. It's very hard to answer. Burn, thank you for the sub. Oh, I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow in the knee. So for those who don't know, I am Dutch, from the country you may know as the Netherlands, the one that has that city called Amsterdam with the prostitution and marijuana. And you can redeem Dutch lessons where you give me a sentence and I'll try and translate it in Dutch. So I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow to the knee would be... ik was vroeger een avonturier en toen werd ik in mijn knie geschoten. Something like that. I forget the terrain. Very harsh here. Would you even type that too? No. That's not included in my services. Alright, so we have a little waterfall here. Let's make sure that translates nicely into the Aelid Ruin. You know, this place could use a Nirnroot. If I was on Nirnroot, where would I like to nestle? Oh yeah, sorry. I just realized I kind of mistranslated something. I translated to getting shot in the knee, not specifically with an arrow. So specifically with an arrow, that's slightly different. Something like ik was ooit een avonturier tot ik met een pijl in mijn knie werd geschoten. Pijl is arrow. That's my bad. Probably why I'm not an official tutor. Unofficially though, it's kind of funny that we have like the Dutch redeem, like the Dutch lesson redeem option here, because at work I have a lot of co-workers now from Russia and Ukraine who moved to the Netherlands to escape the war, obviously, and I often take them to the markets because they all want to learn how to speak Dutch. It's pretty impressive. Like a lot of them, they picked it up super quick. Dutch is a really shitty language. It's a shitty language, period, but it's a difficult language to learn. Very unforgiving. And something that frustrates a lot of them is that if you go to a store and people hear you struggling with Dutch, they'll immediately just switch to English. Which, you know, they're being nice, but the person actually wants to learn how to speak the language, so. But the idea behind it, like, it's nice, but it's hard to learn a language when people don't give you the chance. Can I play this with Skyrim? No, because it starts. It's a new game, essentially. So the idea is that you start a new game and you don't go back to Skyrim. We'll have its own page like Enderall? Yeah, we'll have our own Nexus Mods page. Oh, you mean on Steam? I guess time will tell. I've talked about it a bit with the relevant people, let's say, but a big issue is voice acting. Even if we take voice acting from elsewhere, it's not really kosher. So you start in Skyrim? No, you start a new game and you immediately just begin Oblivion. If you've not played Oblivion, or if you don't remember, essentially you spawn in a prison cell. The Emperor walks in and oh fuck. They want to get out because there's some shit going down, and you're just kind of in like the, depending on how you look at it, right place at the right time, or wrong place at the wrong time, and you get reeled into the whole story. And according to Tiber Septim, it's because you were meant to be there. You are part of the divine plan. I think we're good.
Hello there.
Goblin, thanks for the follow.
Hello there.
Thanks for the follow. Archer Kid. Welcome on in. Oh, actually, I totally forgot about this. Mark your calendars for next weekend because we will be doing a charity stream together with a bunch of other modding projects, and Bethesda themselves are also involved in some capacity. It's part of CE3. It's organized by the Chad podcast crew as well. It's a really nice initiative to try and raise money for a good cause. And we will be doing a demo of a pretty interesting quest line. Not showcased before. I'll be doing it together with one of our quest developers, and we will have a Q&A. So if there's burning questions I'm not getting to on stream right now, there's a good place to try and ask them. Jordan, thanks for gifting a membership, dude.
Time for a celebration!
Beat the notification to it. Hell yeah. Another one.
Time for a celebration!
Alright, I think that looks good. I'll just work my way further up the mountain. Just finish this whole thing. And then we'll go back down. I kind of forgot this spot here, but we'll get to it. And then we'll do the area down there. Oblivion Portal gives you some sort of nostalgia. It's a pretty iconic part of the game. Can't blame you. So mellow? It's pretty mellow. Decided to take the plunge and learning to use the creation kit. Nice. So I have to close the windows. It's getting chilly as fuck.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
What's your industry job, out of curiosity? I work in the gaming industry as well. I work in marketing though, not in development. That is on my second monitor, and I too just pooped. Oh, it's not my fault. Gotta blame Glitz for that one.
Time for a celebration!
Hello there. Didn't get notification by Twitch, but sensed the stream.
Oh. Well, thanks for the resub. Thanks for the 10 months. Man, my computer's constantly spamming me that my GPU is under too much load. Really annoying. What GPU do you have? I have a 3080. I bought it secondhand last year. Here's a question. What is something we can put right here? Except for floating moss. PC is cursed. Well, in this case, it's just having like the creation kit's taken up a lot of GPU utilization apparently. Where are we? Nowhere really. It's just the end of this part of the mountain. There's nothing there, so we have the opportunity to put something there. Nice Skyrim chair. I was kind of lucky. I got it from Noble Chairs, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's Noble Chairs. I have an idea. You guys are saying something like a shrine. I have something nearby which is kind of like a shrine, and I can just put that there as well. There's a few of them around the map, and they're not really elaborated on, but they're kind of interesting. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. Here we are. I like the idea of having just like a shrine, a random shrine here. It's a good idea, guys. Well done.
Oh, lovely!
Rebelsies heart, Rebelsies heart, Rebelsies heart.
I want the same Tamriel map you got and in a bigger size to put above my chimney. Well, that one is Skyrim, and that one is...
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch.
In the same frames, I have like a Tamriel map as well, but I got that one from the unofficial Elder Scrolls page as a gift, which was very, very nice of them. That's a proper, like, actual, like, everything in Tamriel map. I need a bigger space. I have no space for all the maps and things I got. Insects. Wish a shrine to a saint? No, this is not a shrine to a god. Well, not any of the Daedric or Aedric gods anyway. Heartful of Skooma. I like where your head's at, but not this time. F? F what? Stream died? Oh. We're back? Okay. Is this a mod like Fallout London? Yeah, kind of. Thanks for the save.
Oh.
What the fuck is going on? I don't know what's happening, guys. I have no idea. No one on YouTube is losing connection, so I'm not sure. I am not sure what's going on. I think it might be a Twitch issue. Twitch. Got some lags here too. Okay, well. Can't really do anything about it. Like, the only thing I can do is upgrading my computer, and I don't have the money to make notable upgrades, so it is what it is. It's mostly fine though, like this. Hey, Furzer. Avowed is dropping in a couple of days. What are your thoughts? Avowed is already out? Is Avowed not released? Yeah, it's... Oh. Oh, if you buy the premium edition, you get early access. I don't like that, to be honest. That's weird. For 30 euros more, you get early access? What is that? Okay, well, I mean, that aside, I like Obsidian. I think they're a good studio. Some of the early Avowed content we saw, I wasn't sold on the art style. The newer previews, I like the art style better. It looked more polished. I don't like. My main problem right now, I don't have time to play games, guys. I'm working on this whenever I can, and that only works if I don't really go off and play video games, unfortunately. So, yeah, same thing with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'll definitely play it, but probably at the earliest in a year when I just have a lot more time to myself than I have now. Avowed stream would go hard. I'll consider it in a year. Red Outland's really fun. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean on Steam the reviews 80%. That seems pretty good. Especially when it's only people that have bought the premium edition. Like it feels like if the game was bad, you'd especially have something to complain about then because you paid like 90 euros just to get access a few days earlier. So the fact that the reviews are good with a premium version, I think is a good sign. I mean, any day a new RPG comes out, it's a good day. And I know it's supposed to be in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity, so that's kind of cool. But of course, you know, people like what they like, and good chance there's plenty of people who are not really into this new direction. Cool, another area done. Didn't you used to work for War Studios? I worked with their publisher, for that publisher. On that note, I did manage to get these from them, which was very nice. Which is the Henry. What was this? Fuck man, some fucking chick. Oh, but they were tasty as hell. It was tasty alcohol. I also have a Hans Caponian. Oh. Show 'em all. This is an American Pale Ale, which has Hans on the front. So maybe there's someone here who is Czech. Svetli Lezak. What's Svetli Lezak? Over there. What is that? For whatever reason, this is English. This one isn't. And this one, I also have Father Godwin. which is an Indian pale ale. A bright ale, light lager. Okay. Nice. See, this is one of the things I really love about streaming and also the community, I guess, around Elder Scrolls. Like, it's so cool to be connected with people from all over the world. I'm lucky enough to sometimes go to gaming events for work, and sometimes I just go out of pocket, you know. I'll buy tickets myself, because I really enjoy just meeting people who share the love for these games, and it's always a good time. Light lager. Greetings from the Balkans. Well, greetings from the Netherlands, the Flatlands. All right. Been really hungry for like the last hour, but I'm trying to fight the urge to get something to eat, because I really want to get this done today, just the whole area. My partner's gonna be home soon though. I think she'll be here in 30 minutes maybe. And I am the chef of the house. She's not a fan of cooking. And I have a traditional Dutch dish for tonight. It's hutspot. Something I make almost once a week during this kind of season, like when it's winter. I love making that. Go get a snack? No way, Jose. It's also kind of what I mean at what I said at the start of the stream. Like, if I do this stuff live, it just takes me longer. Like, I should have been done with the whole area by now. It's not the end of the world that it's not, but you can imagine if I streamed every single day and everything I did and touched in the game I wanted to have shown live, it would just cause it would just cause the release date to be pushed back further than it needs to, you know? Can't have that. Does 2025 release a realistic time frame? Yeah, it is. Are you playing KCD2? We watched your streams. Kind of answered this earlier, but I kind of don't want to get distracted with playing games until Skyblivion is finished, which sounds pretty weird saying that out loud. It is a bit weird. There's just, you know, I work full time. I have a full-time job. I try my best to spend as much time as I can on the project these days. Hasn't always been that extreme, but I feel especially now that, especially I have the role as project lead, and I don't know. I feel like the role, it's a bit meaningless. It's semantics. I started the project, so I'm the project lead. But I do feel like one of the things I should do, at the very least, to fulfill this role, which is a bit of a joke, if I can even say that. I feel like if you're asking people to spend their own free time on helping with this project, the very least I can do is be there alongside the rest of the team. So that's what I'm doing, instead of, I don't know, instead of playing games or just binging Netflix, I'm doing this. It's a good use of my time, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. It's not like it's some kind of punishment to be here. And oftentimes I'm just on Discord hanging out with some of the people on the project, which is always a good time. Okay, another chunk of the mountain done. I think I'll leave the Oblivion Gate for now. We'll just figure that out later. And that means, I think it's, we can do this. Like, it's not that much. It's literally this strip. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna get that snack. I'm gonna just get some, we have this thing called plakkoek in Dutch. It's like a condensed, thick cake. It's like cake bread. That should fill me up for a bit, and then I'll just power through this last chunk, because then the map is done. And my watch is ended. Well, then I have to QA the Heartlands, but that's easier. Ontbijtkoek, yeah, same, potato potato. This is what it is. With some butter on top. This is weird. I'm definitely missing an asset. This wasn't. How will the Oblivion Gates work? Similar to Oblivion, they will spawn dynamically. When you start the main quest, Oblivion Gates will start spawning, and you will have to close them. Well, you won't have to. You have the option to. But yeah, there's a few you have to close, and those are related to like the main quest line. The rest, you know, if you want to be a dick and leave people to their own devices, you can be. It's totally possible. Will the Skyblivion map be a paper map or a map like Skyrim? We have a really cool paper map. It's not in the game. It's not finished, even. It's nearly finished. That we want to use, but people have been pretty vocal about preferring a satellite map. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have an option, maybe. Skyrim map really ruins the mystery. Yeah, that's my thinking as well. I enjoyed the satellite map a lot from a technical perspective because I worked on it and it's nice to see all the locations I did. But the thing I don't like about the satellite map, it shows you major locations that you've not yet discovered, so it takes away exactly as you say the mystery. And I'm not a fan of games that like have a foggy map either, where you have to you have to travel to a part of the map in order for the map to show the area you found. I don't like that for a different reason, because in my head, like a map is a map. A map is an overview of the major roads and locations in an area, but it shouldn't show you, you know, a shrine. It shouldn't show you like every fort or every house that's built on the map. But that is what the satellite map does, and you can't really pick and choose what you cannot see. So I prefer the paper maps for that reason. But you know, it's subjective. At the end of the day, people like what they like, and there's no right or wrong. And I'm not gonna like force my opinion on people just because it's something I believe in. So I think it's if possible, it would be best to just have the option. Hey Darkslayer, how's it going? How does the Skyrim map expose everything when it's covered in fog? Well, I guess the fog you mean is the clouds, I take it? Yeah, fair enough. It has clouds, but the clouds don't really obscure anything. Like, you can see all the Nordic ruins and anything that is in the map, like houses, settlements, smaller locations. You can see them. Personally, and again, like I say, I'm not here to argue what's better, or to convince you that whatever I believe is the right thing. But I prefer when in-game maps, especially, it depends on the game a bit, I suppose, but if it's a game where exploration is a huge part of the gameplay loop, which factually is something in the Elder Scrolls, which is, again, I'm not saying my opinion is the only thing that's right, so fuck you if you don't agree, but exploration, that is just a major design pillar for Elder Scrolls games. That is a fact. And for me personally, exploration feels better, more rewarding when I actually find something on my own, and not when I see something on the map in a location where I can't, like, my character can't see it yet. I see something on the map and I'm like, okay, that looks like it'll be like a Nordic dungeon or something. I'll go I'll go that way, because there's probably some good loot. I'd rather have the experience where I'm like just looking in the distance, seeing something that looks interesting, and then going over there and not knowing what it is until I'm closer. Or recognizing from a distance that it's gonna be an alien ruin or whatever. But again, it's very subjective on what people like or don't like, so it's my personal opinion that I prefer that. Thanks for the save reminder. I'm making a game where you need to draw your own maps and objectives. That's cool. When exactly this year do you think the mod will be released? And all the rumors of an Oblivion remaster by Bethesda. I don't intend to share a release date until everything is done. So yeah, you won't really hear me talking about that until we're 100% sure that we're ready for that. In terms of an Oblivion remaster, if it's real, it's real, and if it's fake, then we're the only remake. It's a bit confusing. what to call it these days. But yeah, I'm not worried about it. I think the cool thing with Skyblivion is that it's reimagining Oblivion in our own way. So no matter what happens, that's something you can't really replicate. Alright, it is time for a Fern Pass. God damn it. Instead of Bethesda making their own remake, why don't they fund you? Well, legally, it's just impossible to sell Skyblivion. It's been touched by too many people, and the way it works, it's a clusterfuck for any lawyer to make this sellable. If we could have done this officially endorsed by Bethesda from the start, like that's a different question, but then we'd have to be like a proper game studio, and we'd kind of have to be doing remasters or remakes only. So, but it's cool. It's a lot of people that worked on the project, they have gotten like actual industry jobs out of it. From my own experience, it's a really good thing to have on your CV. If you can show to a company that you want to work with that you go so far that you start making games in your own free time, like apparently that's something that people really enjoy seeing. For the longest time, I never put Skyblivion on my CV because for whatever reason I thought it was a bit scummy to do that. But for the last 2 jobs I've had, I did put it on my CV, and I did notice that just by having that listed, I got a lot more responses. A lot more people were interested in talking to me. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, it also goes because I've worked in the industry for a longer time now. So, like, any industry you work on, you become more viable and more interesting to add to a team because of the experience you add. So it's not entirely true that that's just Skyblivion, but it's definitely a great way to open a conversation. And I've talked with some people, for instance, people that work on Doom, id Software. I was lucky enough to talk to Hugo and Marty in like 2019 at a bar. And we talked for hours. One of the big things for them as well, like a lot of people that work in their studio, they are modders. They come from a modding background. They were passionate about the game, so passionate that they were just making their own mods in their free time. And then as soon as a job opened up, they applied and showed off some of the stuff they did on their own, and that's like a surefire way to at least get someone's attention. Might not be a guarantee for a job, but it's a good start. That's always cool to hear. Hey, Soryuto. How's it going? Done, folks. So close. What area is this? It's kind of an in-between area, to be honest. It's in between the Niben and the Valus Mountains.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch.
Cheers. Did you get any playtime with KCD2 yet? Is it your kind of game? What are your thoughts? We just went over this actually. It is my kind of game. I played KCD1. I worked for the publisher back in the good old days of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I just showed off the Kingdom Come Deliverance beers I have from the press event. I love the game. I haven't played the second one yet, but all the videos I've seen look fucking amazing. Really excited to try it, but until Skyblivion is done, I don't realistically see myself having time to really get into it properly. So, especially for a game like that, I prefer to just save it for later and play through it properly when I have time, and right now I don't have time. I can either get, you know, work done for the project, or go play video games on my weekend. I can't do both. Because games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, you don't play it for like an hour and put it down. Like ideally you play it for a good couple of hours, really get into it, get immersed. And that's just something I can't really do right now. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing it once I have the time. Thanks for the save. It's hard to see, but I'm putting down. It's impossible to see, really. I'm putting down these small branches everywhere, just to break up the landscape a bit. It's really easy. Oh fuck! I press down on the map wherever I want those things to appear. But when you're so zoomed out, it's kind of impossible to tell. Having said that, though, my goal of trying to finish this today, we're more or less there. I just have to do something with the Oblivion Gate. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have it spill over the edge a bit. Put the gate there. Lava. Heaven's too close, close the darkness. Thanks for the save. Don't worry about the plans that are still here. I'll build the Oblivion Gate first, and then we'll make sure the plants are gone. I think this works. So what I'm going to do now is going to enable all these, or attach all these assets to the gate. So no gates, no assets. I'm going to attach the lava one to this marker, because that should only be here when the gate is active and open. And I'm going to find some rock that I can put in its place. So the way it works, these the Oblivion Gates have two stages. The stage where they are open and active, like the fire burns and the gate is activatable, you can get into it. And then there's the stage where you have closed the gate. And all that will be left then is the debris, the broken bits of the gate after it has closed behind you. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build two variations of the gate. One variation where lava is actively flowing through it, and one variation where the lava has stopped flowing. But Obviously, anything that's alive, all the plants and stuff, that need to be gone. Replaced with something else. So you see now when the gates fuck, no, I did the wrong way around. Damn it. Let me try that again. Okay. Okay, I've attached it correctly now. So when there's an Oblivion Gate, when there's no Oblivion Gate, the plants will be there. And when the Oblivion Gate spawns, the plants will be removed, and I will replace them with a burn version. Actually, this one can just be gone. No point in having a shrub. Well, maybe on this side. Lazy devs finished the game already? Right. Listen, if I had a choice, like, I would have been done with this a long time ago as well. It's not taking long because we're lazy. It's taking long because I did not think it would be this much effort to make a game. It sounds dumb when you say it out loud, but you know, when the project started, I kind of expected this to be a whole lot easier than it was. But no, turns out making a game is quite difficult, and when you're doing it in your free time, even more so. But yeah, if you go out of your way to just be a bit of a dick online, like, I don't know, man, it's a bit sad. It is sad. Don't take any notice. I mean, people can say what they want. I'm not gonna ignore that. Like over the years, there's been so many people that have told me that I'm wasting my life and I'm wasting my time and this is pointless and by the time it's out, no one will care. That's fine. Like this is a hobby for me. It's always been a hobby. It's something I do in my free time, not because I have to, but because I want to. You know, it's a choice I made. Just like people make the choice to be, for whatever reason, just really negative and miserable, and you know, I'm happy with my choice. If you enjoy just being a dick to people you don't know online, you know, congratulations, good for you. It's no skin off my back. I'm talking about it, but I don't really care that people say that stuff. Like I say, like they've been saying this stuff even at the beginning of the project, you know, when the project just started, they've been saying this. Doesn't matter to me. Having said that, that's the map done. In terms of everything on the map has now been landscaped. So I'm gonna go do what we call QA. Oh, hey Scott, sorry, I missed you. I'm gonna switch to doing QA. I'm done with landscaping. Skyblivion map is feature complete. Now I'm gonna have to do some bug fixing. I can show you what I'm gonna be doing next as well. It's gonna be similar to this area, but the other way around. Actually, it's easier to just use coordinates. So thank you for joining me. It's kind of exciting to be able to do this on stream.
Greetings!
I was saving this last chunk of the map because I wanted this to happen live, because maybe in the future I want to watch it back. But yeah, the map is now, you know, quote unquote done. But here is where I'm going to be working on next, and you can see maybe already the issue with this. There's another pine forest above the Imperial City, and it's got a few issues. This is one of the older areas in the game. It's a bit inconsistent with the way it was made. It has some issues like the grass and the pine trees don't go very well together. It's also very steep in areas. In some areas it's so steep you can't walk up it. So a bit of a mistake on our hand, but like this part of the map was done 6 years ago, 5 years ago I think. So I'm gonna go and try and fix this. I don't have to do it from scratch, luckily. It's mostly just gonna be removing the trees, putting them back, and I had the idea to change the landscape texture to something that's a bit more fitting for a pine forest, and I was gonna do kind of the opposite of what I'm doing with the pine forest I was doing before. I'm gonna make it mostly moss, and then put some of the needles in between. Whereas right now what I'm doing, I'm putting the pine needles everywhere and moss every once in a while. So I'm hoping that the combination of those two things will make for a nice forest. But yeah, compared to what I've just done, I can give you a better idea actually. Footage, desktop. Why is it not showing the desktop? There we go. So here's the map, the Skyblivion map, which kind of shows what we had to do. The red are areas of the map that need work. This is not an up-to-date map. It's an older map we had. This whole area is what we finished. I think we were just doing... I think it's this. This was the area we were working on with the alien rune just now. So all of this is now green. this whole chunk. The area that I'm looking at now is this portion here. So you can see in terms of size, it is maybe 1/5 of what I've just done. So it's not a ton of work in comparison. Relatively small, but it's close near the Imperial City, so it's important that it looks good. Everything that's green has been finished. Everything that's red, we most likely already did. Like, I think the Gold Coast is cleared. Anvil still needs some work. Gavatch still needs some work. Breville, I think it was merged recently. This is done. This is done. So yeah, pretty exciting. But yeah, map-wise, the whole map is there, and I already did these two things as well. And as I say, the next thing on the list is gonna be this forest. And I think the idea I have is solid. Shouldn't take too long to do this. After I've done this pine forest, I'm gonna do a final pass on the Heartlands, which is the area you're gonna be exploring first. Which also isn't that large. It's basically the area around the lake. Orange and yellow. Orange, it needs to be QA'd. I think yellow means it's okay, but it probably needs some work. And green just means done. Are you gonna stream the Heartlands? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm gonna go in game, I guess. I already forgot where we were. 34 and 3. That sounds right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, let me go on game and show you this off. Trying to find a job as a 3D artist, how do you deal with feeling you might disappoint the people if you ever feel like that? I honestly think that's just one of those things you're gonna have to get over with, or gonna have to get over. When I first started working in the gaming industry, I think I sent out, for my first job, like, literally I sent out 200 applications, and I only got 3 responses. One was a no. One was a, we're not looking for this kind of job now, but we'll keep you in our system, so I guess also just a no. And one was, we'd like to talk to you and see where this takes us. And that's after like doing this like for 2 months straight. Funny enough, I'd run out of places to apply to, like I couldn't find any more companies, and then a friend of mine who works with Skyblivion, or worked on Skyblivion at that time, he told me to apply to a sister company that owns his studio that I'd never heard about, and they were the ones that ended up giving me a shot. So Skyblivion came in clutch, because if it wasn't for Skyblivion, I would not have applied there. If it wasn't for the person that worked in Skyblivion with me. And at the time, I didn't put Skyblivion on my resume yet, which I should have done in hindsight. But yeah. Everyone has to start somewhere. And I think it never hurts to get your portfolio up to date. Just do some volunteer work, as in find a project like this, or if there's a franchise you enjoy, just start making 3D assets for that. Put it online. It doesn't hurt your chances to do stuff like that. How hard will this be to run? It shouldn't be very difficult. It should be pretty easy. Did I just get myself stuck? Alright, so we just did this. Let's see if it did a good job or if there's a ton of issues. The game is too loud compared to the mic. Alright, so I turned the microphone up a bit. This looks a little bit rough. 37 and 5. It's also a bit rough. The amount of time you spend making this mod, you could easily develop your own game. Yeah, I know. I am very much aware of that. I could have worked on my own game. I could have done like some work on the side. But when push comes to shove, I'm happy with the choice I made. If I hadn't tried working on this, I would have never tried to work in the gaming industry. I could have maybe owned like a nice car, but the person I ended up becoming doesn't really care about nice cars, so not something I'm currently feeling like I miss. One thing I noticed, I need to put down some animal spawn markers, because there's nothing running around. It's because I forgot to put those down. But yeah, I'm content with my choices, and I've gotten to know like a lot of really cool people. I made some really good friends over the years. And I live in a country where it's kind of easier to just bike everywhere. Maybe not always easier, but there's good bike infrastructure, so I don't miss not having a nice car. And who knows, maybe because of this we can make our own game at some point. Or maybe this is where I leave the modding scene behind me. Time will tell. Get an electric scooter if you got good infrastructure. I really enjoy biking, if only because it keeps me fit. Like, I bike to my job every day, and it's like a 30-minute bike ride. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice biking that every day. These days you can make a game-sized mod and sell it. Yeah, I know of a couple of people who've done that, and they've made a shocking amount of money, to be honest. Maybe that's something to explore in the future. I think that the main thing, like after Skyblivion is done, I do genuinely want to focus on myself. Like I want to do things that make my life better in the long run. This has been the selfish thing I do in my life, and now I can do some selfish stuff and yeah, do things that get me a house with a nice garden, for instance. That's one of my my many dreams, or travel more, you know, it's the basic stuff. Okay, beside animal markers, there's not really anything that I'm noticing that's broken, so that's good. Are you going to oversee the Shivering Owls, or is someone else going to take over? I'm not sure yet. Time will tell. Maybe this is it for me. Maybe I'll stick around. I'm not sure. This is a nice piece of forest, though. I really like the area a lot. Ooh. You have a nice small garden. Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not saying I'm not content with what I have, but there's always more, you know. The grass is always greener on the other side. And I think that's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily to want more sometimes. Yeah, sick guys. Map Dunzo. Also Archikid, sorry for missing it, but thanks for the biddies. Got this nice river. God, those boars have a lot of health. I really like this little bridge. It's a nice bridge. Bridge. Oh my god, I just saw a bunny kill themselves. It's not something you see every day. Oh, missing collision. Forgot about that. Thank you for your hard work. Game looks amazing. Can't wait to play it. Game I'm looking forward to the most in late 2025. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this came together as well. Nice. Good job, guys. What GPU do you have, and what frames do you get in game? I don't think I've not gone below 60 frames anywhere that I can think of. I have a GTX 3080, so it's not a good, you know, measurement. These markers are the ones I need. The green M, this one, they spawn leveled creatures. So creatures that are appropriate for whatever level the player is at. Mostly animals, some monsters, and they will help make it feel a bit more lively. All of a sudden I'm really in the mood to watch some Lord of the Rings. Thanks for the save. Okay, yeah, that's officially it. I'm done. Creatures are added. We are good to go. Ooh, no, there's one thing I forgot actually. OB. We have a we have a light we're supposed to use for the Oblivion Gates. I think it's this one. There we go. Almost forgot it. Cool. Oh man. That was 4 hours. Worth it. Good job, GG. Can't wait to see your future garden. What do you want to plant? Will you do an alpine garden with maybe some mini waterfall? No, it'll be something boring. And I'll have my beehive, obviously. Somewhere in the background. Yeah, let me see if anyone else from the Skyblivion team is online right now. Well done, sir. Thank you very much. I have a feeling Crafty Tom might be streaming because he saw me streaming. No, he's not. Damn it. Lava clipped stone. I know, but there's only so much we can do. Oh yeah. Around 3 hours from now, next week, myself and Fishfiend will be hosting a charity stream for CE3, a showcase of Skyblivion, and we will be showing off parts of the map, a quest line we've not featured before, and a really cool unique armor set. So be there, put it in your agendas. For me, locally, it's going to be 9 PM Central Eastern European time. For you, I'm not sure what it's going to be. Do the math. Hope to see you there. If you want to stay up to date with the streams, you can join my personal Discord server or follow me on social media. Oh, that one's not working. What channel? Right here on Twitch and YouTube. And we'll upload the stream afterwards on the main YouTube channel. Other than that, my microphone was very loud. Other than that, yeah, thank you very much for your attention, for your thoughts, and hope to see you in the next one. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, been a blast. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and see you whenever we see each other again. Thanks for following and subscribing, and have a good night. Bye. Oh, Necro, yeah, I'm just about to end it. But hello and goodbye.